Welcome to MalcolmPresents.com with our show, Tush Twins. And we have actually two, there's only two Tush twins. And they were given that name, I think, in a long time ago in the streets of Brooklyn. And it's Maxine and Paula, or Redhead.
Rusty.
Oh, Rusty.
I don't call her Rusty. I never will call her Rusty. Nor does Ivy call you Rusty.
And Rusty was your name for when you were a Playboy bunny?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I kept it since. Anyone I met since Playboy only knows me as Rusty.
Okay, so pre-Rusty is Paula, and post-Rusty is Playboy is Rusty.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
How about post-Tush Twins?
There is
now
no
always
Tush twins. Tush twins are always. There's no post.
Okay, Max, do your intro to Tush Twins.
Tush twins are forever. Tush twins are forever. Woo! Okay, so I have to do this because I have to do this. Move over, Lucy, Ethel, Laverne, Shirley, Thelma, and Louise, Betty and Wilma. Who else? Amy and Tina.
Yes.
Amy and Tina Fey. They're good ones. Who do we else like? We have Amy Schumer and Wanda Sykes. Maybe they do things.
That's hysterical group.
That's a crazy group, right?
How about Grace and Frankie?
Grace and Frankie.
Lily Tomlin and
Lily
Jane
Tomlin
Fonda.
and Jane Fonda are really good friends. They are absolutely good friends. So anyway, this is so here come the Tush Twins with tales of friendship from Brooklyn and beyond, with me, Maxine Faith, and Paula Rose, aka Rusty post bunny years, and we bring you like 60 years plus of our friendship. And there was a lot of drama, a lot of joy, a lot of levity, and unabashed love. Woo! So from Brighton to Coney and New York City to the Boybs and out to the whole wide world, we have been through it all. And we on this Zoomcast, we take you through our journey of the universe, right? We know each other so long and so well. Our atomic particles, and that's why I talk about universe, have been joined at the Tush. So it's almost Cinco de Mayo. It's time to have a couple of frozen margaritas, you know?
Oh, I'm ready. I'll take one straight up, tequila straight up.
You're not even gonna make it frozen. You're just gonna.
Yeah, just give me a shot of tequila. Give me a salsa.
Tequila with cerveza back.
Yeah,
I'll take that too. Just give me a tequila, salsa, reposado, or añejo.
Añejo, reposada, I do not know what you're talking about.
Is it la cucaracha?
What are those things?
Reposado, it's the years. Like añejo is age. It's the aging. You have the blanco, which is like white, and it's the golden. Yeah, like I'm the añejo because I'm aged very well.
Yeah, right.
But I love, that's my favorite, añejo, salsa. 1942. That's when it came out. Salsa.
Wow.
1942. No, you came out later than that.
Later than
No, I said salsa came out.
I came out in 1943.
Okay, so.
Oh, you beat salsa.
You beat salsa. Salsa's older
Anyway,
than you.
guys, I think we were going to talk about singing, and I was going to put Singing in the Rain.
Yeah, well, Singing in the Rain, the one that we really like is a cartoon, right? It's a cartoon. That's a Looney Tunes cartoon with an owl. And you can actually get it on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube. It's called I Love to Sing. And it still is, I think, one of our favorite cartoons. It was about an owl who loved to sing, but his parents frowned upon his love to sing. His
father was a professor and he didn't want him to sing. It was bad.
But wait a minute, I got to get my YouTube.
Yeah, so you're not going to sing about a Muna and a
Juna and a Springer. I want to sing.
I'll bet the
About the
skies are
sky
blue and
and
teapot
teapot
too.
too, and
Right, it's
see-
awesome. Classic
Yeah.
Looney Tune cartoon.
And every time that was on, we start doing the owls.
Right, exactly.
Let's see if we
And
can get this now.
the owls are the owl family.
30s, 1930s.
Was it the 30s?
30s or early
40s?
40s.
I don't know the date exactly, but it was one of our absolute favorite cartoons. So, and we've
Yep.
been singing ever since or before.
Yeah, I think
I don't
before.
recall a time when we didn't sing in some form, right?
Always, we always sang. I was singing in my crib. My parents told me, never, I shut up, didn't shut up, still singing.
Never
Thank
shut
God
up.
I'm out of crib. I never
You-
shut up.
You're out of the crib. You're in a
Crib, I
different
gotta
crib
sing it.
now, you know.
I'm in my
But
crib.
you're in your crib, so that's good. So we sang. I mean, my house was
Full of
always,
music.
it was just nuts all
Mhm.
the time. Except for when they were on tour. That's when it
So
was
we made up
quiet.
for the noise.
But you would come
you
over.
have to, for people who don't watch it, your family were the
Yeah, they
were the
were.
Margos,
Were
which
the Margos.
which featured
Past
Phil and
tense.
Mitch as
Token
The
boys.
tokens.
tokens.
Call them token
Matter
bros.
of fact, wait a minute, Max, I was just in the car coming home and the radio played a song and Dennis goes, oh my God, I don't recognize this song. And it says the tokens. I said, I know this song so well. She lets her hair down.
Oh, it hasn't been played in a while, but that was a hit record. That was a
Yes,
top
and it
20
was used for
record.
Clairol commercial.
Clairol
for
commercial.
years.
And yeah, they did a lot of commercials. People didn't know that they have a nice portfolio of
TV
different
commercials,
commercials.
radio.
They did Adam Sarah Gum, they did Chesterfield, they did
Silly
Pan
Miller no
Am.
longer.
Right, and Pan Am makes the going
Going great.
and Eastern #1 to the Sun,
Yeah.
and M&E Toys, the polychord electric model
Yeah.
organ. You get to see my hands on that. Oh, my hands on that. Yeah, and then I did a little dance at the end, a little Watusi. It's like as they panned out, I was on there. So yeah, it
Are
gave
you
me
still
some
collecting
money.
royalties from that?
I know it was a one-off, but they put it in the bank, and when I was 21, I was able to. I couldn't take it out till I was 21. Oh goodness! Too bad it wasn't a million and had more zeros. I don't know. I just didn't
Can you
know.
imagine if it was still in the bank? It probably would be worth about $2 million.
I don't know what it'd be worth, but it would be worth something more than nothing.
Yeah. Not
so-
money.
So
I
tell me,
know.
tell me your stories about the choir, as we were talking earlier.
Well, actually, I'll go before the choir because we were always in chorus in school, grade school even, and
Yes.
but because of my brothers and because of their production companies, we did. I think we had mentioned this already. An
Children's
album,
album.
a children's album called "Where
We're folks
Folks
too.
because we are, and I think the songs today would be great for kids. It really never changes. It's the same stuff.
This
and
was
we-
an homage to Alan Sherman.
right, because we did,
Alan
song.
Alan Sherman, we're folks too. We're folks
no,
too.
we thought
I
that,
thought that we were
mentioned.
mentioned.
We'd like some attention.
We're
We're folks.
too. We're folks too.
We've got troubles. It's an
got
adorable
troubles.
song, and I possess the
And that-
only copy of that.
Now,
What to
yes.
do? I gotta find.
Did
If
you realize
anyone's
that-
out there can reproduce it, I need to bring it somewhere.
If you could put this on YouTube now, you'd make a fortune.
Oh, and
Well,
the best, my favorite song was the Jelly Bean Twist.
right. One little jelly bean laying in
Laying in a dish, twist
All
little children.
do the
jelly
jelly
bean
bean twist. But then we had
Twist like your mommy, twist like your dad, twist like a
"Twist
jelly bean and
and
you'll
you'll be glad." Yeah, well, it was. We also had David's birthday party, which was to Turkey in the Straw. We had Goodbye Dolly,
Which is
and
your big
which was
thing.
my thing, and you had my babysitter's
Babysitter's
a pain in the neck.
neck.
And have you seen the Ice Cream Man? You know,
I
Mister,
did thought-
I'm next. I
I
only
thought-
have
I
a
thought I
There's a
saw-
penny.
penny. My mother said you should trust me.
Right.
I
so-
thought of a song for Passover. Goodbye, Holly.
Write the lyrics. We'll do it next year. So we did a children's album. We worked with a ragtag crew of kids. We kind of
Yeah.
pulled, and we did it in a
Was it
studio.
Marty Kamen? What's his name? Was it Marty?
Kamen was the producer, I think.
Producer.
Bill
His
Kamen?
His
Bill
brother
Kamen.
was a Bill Kamen. His brother was a
Bill-
famous comedian.
Right, Bill came in, and Bill
Right.
came and worked with I think people in the Brill building. I'm not really sure, but he did this with
and
Token
Mitch.
Bros, and we had a in the studio, and we did these songs, and we had musicians
lot of
behind
fun.
us, and we got lunch and dinner, all sorts of things.
So
We
you
went to
guys
the
were-
Automat.
We went. I don't know, was the Automat or
Yes, it
Tad's?
was. It was the Automat.
Did
I'll
we
never
not go to
forget that.
Tad's Steakhouse? I always
No,
remember
Tad's Steakhouse was later on during the World's Fair. It didn't come out to
It
64.
finally closed. The last
Yes, I
Tad's.
know.
That's sad.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know if
remember
it's
going to
sad.
Ted's Steakhouse when I worked on 42nd Street. I think there was one on 42nd
Yeah.
and 6th Avenue or something.
Yeah,
Well, we
there
used to
was
go
that.
when we went to the World Fair. My mom would take us, Maxine, myself, my sister. My dad would take us when my mom was working. So he'd take us to Tad's Steakhouse for dinner. It was $1.99 for a steak, potato,
Everything
and a salad.
and a drink. I mean, it
Yeah.
came, and I think dessert. I think it had like everything.
It
For
was
$1.
it was like the steakhouse at the World's Fair.
$1.99. What heck?
$1.99.
Yeah,
Now, if you wanted a good steak, if it's under $70,
Ain't good.
How
That's
much
the
is
thing.
steak now at a steakhouse?
last time I had tomahawk steak, or it's usually 125.
Nah, it's ridiculous. I mean,
I make it better at home.
yeah, it's
Yeah, but what's really expensive
I
is
gotta
a veal chop.
right.
Yeah,
Veal is more expensive than steak.
Well, you can go to Fogo de Chao, and for like $79, you can get steak up the wazoo every 4 seconds. So that
yeah,
seems
but
to
this
be-
is more of gourmet.
I like an individual steakhouse. Not that I eat steak. I mean, I would go twice a year, and we would eat a steak. We would go down to the steakhouse on 13th or 12th in the Village, but or BLT steak. There's a number of places,
A BLT steak?
and also the Palm. The Palm.
Oh, I
has-
love the Palms. We used to go to the Palms all the time.
Palms
But we
has-
go to a place called Wolfgang's in the city.
Right,
Ooh,
that's on the east
Beck
side.
Bueno.
Was that
It's
Wolfgang
still
Puck?
there, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Was that Wolfgang Puck?
no,
No,
no.
no.
He was the maitre d' at, what's that famous steakhouse in Long Island?
I know. I do not know.
Oh, I can't think of it right now, but he was a maitre d' and he opened up his own place, and the food's spectacular. So to this day, he now owns about 7 or 8 of them. They're in Vegas and Atlantic City.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, forget steak.
well, now we're on singing. We're back to singing.
Let's go back to singing.
So we were
Okay.
singing through
High school.
in elementary, but we sang
Yeah.
through high school, right? In junior high, we had a choral teacher named Mr. Brenner,
Mr. Brenner, yeah.
and a friend who shall go nameless had a crush on Mr. Brenner. But the thing that we found out, a few years ago, was that he was a pedophile. I don't know. I'm not saying things. I've never,
I was shocked when I heard it.
I'm playing Schultz. I have no idea what happened to this guy.
I don't know.
He didn't quite seem that way, luckily, when we were in school, but
Oh, God.
this was later
Could have
on.
been, but thank
Could have
God
been, but
Miss whoever
Mhm.
didn't pursue it.
I just be Schultz. I know nothing. I see
I
nothing.
know
I say
nothing.
nothing. I don't want anyone. So anyway, with that, we went to high school and wound up in chorus, and we wound up in madrigal. And Mrs.
who's
Ellis,
a chorus teacher?
Mrs.
Mrs.
Ellis,
Ellis.
Mrs. Eisen, or did she?
She was
use both names?
Eisen, then she got married to Mr. Ellis, the math
it's-
teacher.
Right, so it's Mrs. Ellis, and she was in her late 90s. She just, I think she passed last
Just
year.
passed.
And
Yeah.
she was a spitfire. Every time we sang the Hallelujah chorus. Rest.
Rest. Wait, hold it, wait a second. This is her arm. Rest.
Yeah, it
Just jiggled.
kind of moved, kind of jiggled around. But we had a really good time there. It was.
And you used to come with me to my singing lessons in the city.
Right. We used to go to your singing lessons, and you were in the All City chorus.
All City Concert Choir.
I was in the All City. I was telling Malcolm for a few weeks. Anna X, I went with you.
Yes.
And then I missed 2 rehearsals because I went skiing. And when I came in, she goes, "Are you going to go skiing again?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Bye." She said, "You have to come every weekend if you can't commit." And I said, "I'll be honest, I can't because I wanted to go skiing." So then you were the choir girl. You did your trek every week and met a lot of people there.
Solos, I got a lot of friends. I got into All City Concert Choir, which was mostly college kids, and then I made.
Was Alan with you in that?
Yes, yes. Alan and I went together in that, and then we also went into Manhattan School of Music for 3 years straight through high school.
Right. I actually wrote that down. Manhattan School of Music.
School of Music, taking classes. Won a scholarship. I got $95 a week to go to school.
So you were a serious singer.
Yes, I was.
She was a lot more serious than I was, and she's usually not serious about anything.
That's true.
I
would sing in bowling alleys.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Bowling alleys.
I sang in bowling alleys.
You're supposed to bowl in bowling alleys.
Now they have. I sang in pubs and synagogue. Anywhere I could sing, I would get up and sing.
So then the 2 favorite things she liked to do, well, it was Streisand, right?
Yes.
And Pat Benatar and Blondie.
Yes.
Those were
a lot of Blondie, a lot of Pat Benatar.
Yes.
And
Patsy Cline.
And People. Are you saying People? You sang that a lot.
God.
You sang People.
Did you want to feel old? Barbara Streisand just celebrated her 80th birthday.
Yeah. 80 years young.
God bless her.
And,
her voice is still the best.
And Neil Sedaka was 82. You know Neil, right? Because of the bright beach.
Yep.
And Neil Diamond, I think, was 83 or 84. Right.
Well, the last remaining token, and I'll mention his name because his voice still was amazing. I won't ever.
We called him the Golden Throat.
He definitely he has an incredible voice, and so he's the last token.
Yeah, Jay Siegel.
Jay Siegel's the last token.
Well, he's still doing tours on the East Coast, isn't he? As a token?
Now and then, not as much as he did. I think he's kind of
slowing
it down and doing, if he gets.
Well, he's about 80, 81.
He's 81 or 2. He was older.
He was a year older than Phil, I think.
You were a year or 2 older.
Yeah, Phil was 80.
Yes.
He was almost 80. So he was in his 80th year, though. I'll give him that. But anyhow, so you would, and you also did this club down in the city, Reno Sweeney's.
Yes, I performed there for a week. I used to open up for all the comedians back when. I would be the opening act.
Right.
And I worked also at Dangerfields.
But also we did something together.
Yes, we did. With this guy, Roy.
Roy, we can't remember the last name.
Rogers.
Why, I don't know. He sang and we were the backup singers. Okay. And we did
la 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 la.
We were the backup singers, and it was kind of funny. And we did it at Sweetwater's.
Sweetwater's, the jazz club.
Right, in the city. And we did like the whole weekend.
Yeah, we did 4 shows, 4 or 5 shows.
Something like that. And people came. they got a kick out of it.
Yeah.
It was- I mean, my old office people showed up. People showed up for you.
My
My
family
mom,
showed
our
up.
wife, my mom. She came. She
Mhm.
was in from
And,
Florida.
and you never invited me.
Yeah, I didn't know you.
Well, we
Because
did,
you
but
didn't
you
know
didn't
me.
show up.
You
You
did-
did, we did. We invited you. You just didn't show up.
And we did.
Ah.
I remember one song we did all night long, and we did the all
Oh,
night. So,
all night,
and we did a lot
all
of stuff.
night.
But you got to understand, Roy is a Black musician, and you had these two 20
Very-
something late 20 somethings,
Roy Hamilton.
late 20 something white chicks behind him. It
Yes,
was
and he was like 5'6".
he's a small guy.
He's a small guy, and I'm 5'8.5" at that
She was
time.
taller, and even I was taller because I had some, you know,
We had heels on.
you made me put stuff on. You put stuff on me.
Oh, we wore
Oh,
tight fitting latex.
but we could
bodysuit.
get away with it then. We were both really thin then. So yeah, how did I grow another, you know, whatever. Anyway,
But yeah, and you didn't grow up.
you know,
I won't grow up.
I won't grow up. I'll never go to school. I'll never go. Well, I went to school all right.
Do you think Peter Pan was a homosexual?
I think, yes, I do.
You think Peter was
I can never,
homosexual?
and I can never understand why they.
Trans.
He was always
I
played by
think
a woman.
he might have been bisexual. I'll go with that.
But Peter Pan was always played by a woman.
Yes.
Mary Martin.
But
was
not the cartoon. It
No.
was a guy.
Yes.
The character from the cartoon was, and the books don't have a
The
female.
books don't say anything.
What?
The books don't say anything about, you know, his
I know,
mannerisms.
but when you see pictures, it's clearly a male.
It is a male, but he was a kid. He just never grew up. And
Yeah.
Robin Williams played him as an adult.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And Robin Williams never grew up.
That's true also.
No, he never did. May he
He
rest
didn't
in
grow up.
peace.
He was
He was marvelous
he
when
was an
he
amazing
would be
guy.
like on the Johnny Carson show or one of the interview shows. Fantastic.
He just out there.
His
He would
train of
just-
thought and what
His
he,
train of thought would just come
hilarious.
out. There's no
Mhm.
one like him now. You know,
No.
there,
Absolutely not.
so
But
Well,
our
something that's-
singing,
something a comedian that's also talks about life, Richard Pryor. And they have tapes on him now, and all the stations trying to sell his videos. But he
Right.
is so funny, and he is right on.
well, we used to go see him in the movies, his concerts back
Mhm.
in the late 70s.
right.
Matter of fact, I think the four of us at the time were the only white people in the audience.
I think you are correct.
And
And we
Pryor,
were having such a ball. It was the best kind.
Everyone was laughing. Everyone.
great
No
time.
one. We didn't feel anything. Any
Any
No,
hostilities.
why-
with nothing. Why would we? And it was just a lot of fun. We just had a
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
Speaking of hostilities, I don't know if you guys read about the latest happenings at the Hollywood Bowl.
they,
with,
they,
Oh,
somebody tried to
Dave
tackle
Chappelle.
James
Chappelle.
Chappelle.
Yes,
I
getting out of this, it's getting out of hand.
let's yeah,
Let's-
they're gonna need to literally be in a little secured back, you know, they're gonna have to be behind something. They're not gonna be able to perform without having a giant plastic, whatever in front of them.
Well, they have to have more securities in some of these concerts, like they used to do with, you know, when the Beatles were on, or
The Stones, what the
the
Hell's
Stones.
Angels. Hell's Angels.
Yeah, if you want to get someone to protect you, call the Hells Angels.
Well, they did.
I
What
know.
was that? The
Rolling
movie that,
Stone.
Rolling Stones, but they had a death at a concert.
Yes.
So that was
yeah, what
not a
was
good
that?
thing.
Well, that was filmed because they were filming the concert.
Yes.
Yeah, it was filmed.
And I
But
forget that, what was the name of the movie?
I can't think of
It was,
it.
it was
I
up
don't
in
know, but it
Northern
was a
California.
California concert. I don't
Yeah.
know what it was, but it's
Altamont, something like that.
it could be. But
Anyway, so what happened
anyway,
with your, what
we
happened with your
still-
career, Rusty, within singing? How far did you go, and why did you give it up?
I did a lot of modeling and a lot of TV commercials and acting, but I was with a 15-year, I retired about 7 years ago. I was with the New York Grand Opera.
That's right. You
Ah.
did the opera.
I did opera.
She was in the
I'm an
opera
opera
company
singer,
with
yes.
your friend, with
Yes, Cheryl, yes.
Cheryl.
And I did that for many years. And then Maxine used to come to the concerts to hear me perform.
Yep, absolutely.
Could you give me an aria?
Not right now. Ever since I had COVID, I'm having.
Oh, okay.
Truthful, it's true. I'm going to a vocal coach soon to see if they can work that out.
Did your voice change or?
Yeah, I used to sing E over high C. I could barely reach middle C. I'm
Right.
having a lot of problems with my vocal cords. So
Now
I'm
you think
going
that was
special.
caused by COVID?
Yeah, the doctor said I have, ever since I had COVID, I could not, I'm still hoarse.
Winnie, Winnie. So, wait.
But you
I
can
can
win.
count 1, 2.
1, 2, 3,
At least
4.
I'm
Tell
hoarse.
the people what she
What they
wore.
do.
She
They
wore
wore
an
an
itsy bitsy teeny weeny
itty-bitty-weeny
jump. Anyway, see, this is what we do with our husbands for
Oh my
30 plus
God.
years of this. Anytime we're together in the city, at a restaurant, at a place, we'll be
They'll
always
sit-
singing.
They will
And-
say one thing and the two of us will look at each other and break out into a weird song.
Right. And or something that would be apropos. And you know, they kind of got
Guys,
used to it, I guess.
You have to record a song for Tish Twins that we could open up the
Yeah, I
show.
started writing one, but we have to be together to do it. We can't do it over.
So
Uh,
something stopping
yeah.
you?
Yeah, I have to go out there, or we have to go to our maybe Meg studio. I don't know.
Go to Meg Studio. It's right near me.
Right, Meg, it's near you. Everything's near you guys. I'm the one now who's in left field, and all you guys are together. Mel's out there, Meg's out there, you're out there. It's like
And everyone's, and
Who-
now they're building a
Ellie?
train. They're actually
Ellie.
building a train up here.
They're
that would
doing
be
a train.
awesome. Then you can get into
Yes.
the city better.
Now I can city right from in
Yeah, we-
Andover, 20 minutes from here.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
So, but we
Yeah.
forgot something else. We also sang on some token records.
Yes, we did.
We did.
Sha-la-la-la-loo.
Did a song, which is a beautiful song, Only in My Dreams.
Yes.
I worked
Backgrounds
on.
for tokens.
Yes.
We
did
did
backup for
background
token.
singing for some stuff for them.
And then we did a show at Fuddruckers, and Maxine was one of the Archie, were you Veronica or?
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
Or
and they
Jughead.
sang Mission Dolls. We did it with Donnie Brooks. And we
Right.
would do all the background for all those songs. It was so
was-
bad. It was
it
so
was
funny.
really
I forget what show it was, one like 60 Minutes or a Jane Pauley thing, and they were doing something with the one of the the top singers of the rock groups, and they were talking about how they chose the background singers, and they are so important to these groups
Absolutely.
as far as the voices, but also
Definitely.
Well,
the
there was
movements.
a documentary about backup singers. It's called 10 feet from the stage or 20 feet from the stage, something like that. It
It's
actually
great.
won.
Actually great.
It won an
Great
Oscar
movie.
for best documentary, and it was about the backup singers.
Was that
and-
recent?
It was a few years ago, but
Yeah,
you
maybe
would
that's
love
the
it.
one I saw.
What?
Yeah, that's what he probably saw, he said.
That's what I
But you
probably
know, I
saw. 'Cause
also,
You don't realize how, as a non-professional, you don't realize how important they are.
Right.
they are amazing women or
Yes.
men.
Both. They're both, and it's just, it's also like the swings in Broadway that they just, especially during COVID, they were stepping in for
Yeah.
the various, any swing part. And if there was someone sick, they swung into the part. It's just
Well, I tell you,
remarkable.
I'm amazed when I see, the new performers on the stage and the routines that they do, but some of them are so suggestive,
Mm. Depends who you're watching.
Yeah.
And some of the
Well-
female artists are, they yeah, nothing's left to the imagination
No.
anymore sometimes.
Thank God.
But you like it.
I personally enjoy it, but I'm always amazed.
Do you?
I'm amazed how much they get away with in TV, the suggestiveness. On regular TV, of course,
Right.
on the cable stations, forget it.
I used to sing at Jilly's. I was a Jilly girl.
Mm-hmm.
But I started off in Playboy on Sunday nights. I was the head MC for the open mic time. And then and we used to perform different acts in front of the audience, I write skits and stuff for the bartenders and the bunnies and everything. Then I met Jilly Rizzo. He came to one of those shows and asked me if I wanted to work for him. So I left Playboy. I went to become a Jilly girl. So I went from a bunny in ears and tail to hot pants and a vest. And
could I see the pictures? I haven't seen
I
them.
have to find those. But
By
I
the way,
sang, and I used to sing with, what's his, oh
what's
God.
his name? Tony Orlando.
No, Barone, Tommy, something Barone.
I don't know.
And he was amazing band, and I used to sing at that club a lot.
Yeah,
And I was also a
just
Jilly
to
girl.
fill in some of the younger kids, Jilly Rizzo was one of the best friends for Frank Sinatra, and they hung out in the pack.
He was like my godfather.
Yeah,
He was
and if I have to
the
tell you
most
who Frank,
amazing man.
and if I have to tell you who Frank Sinatra is, you're too young.
Yeah. Well, there are people who are too young. I had
Anyway, guys,
we're done.
We may not be too young, but our show's over.
Well, I have to say one thing before we go.
Quick.
My body, my rights. That's it.
I wonder
If you
what
get
you're
me
referring
started,
to.
he's gonna have to cut me off. That's all I can say.
That's all I have to say.
Because you were nice.
I'm
I
being
will-
nice, and
I
that's what
will
I'm saying.
use explicatives beyond anything you can imagine.
Just want to let
because-
people know it's my right to choose what I want from my body. Even too old for that, but all I can say is
It doesn't
shame.
matter. You have the
Shame.
right to choose.
Well,
no matter
we'll see what
Hey.
happens. If we can dedicate a show to that. I don't know if you guys had any experience with any of your, well, not necessarily
No.
with yourselves, but with any women who have gone through abortions, and
Yeah.
how it was in the 70s and 80s when it was illegal, especially in New York where we were raised.
Well, it was the 60s and early 70s. The Roe v. Wade was 73 and it became legal. It's legal in New York. New York codified it in the state legislature. So New York, it's codified. So it is law.
Okay, if we ever want to get serious, we'll have a show on that, which maybe we should have.
This is not a serious.
Not serious. So I just wanted to make a statement. That was it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
I had to
guys.
say it.
It's been
Well,
fun.
Okay,
See you next
shalom.
week. Shalom.
There's the liberty and justice for some. That's Mitch's
Yeah.
song. And that's what we should
Yes.
play on the next one.
Okay,
Okay.
bye.
Ciao.
Bye.